Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sort of review, but mostly just try on the new Chanel Tendresse Eye and Cheek palette. And I'm going to be using just a few products that I own from Chanel. So if you wanted to see how to get this look, then keep watching. Okay, so I've got my base on. I'm just wearing I don't have a Chanel foundation. I've been wanting to try that #1, but I don't know, it looks very glowy and like a little bit too much for me. So yeah, I don't know. I just used the excuse the appearance, the Revlon Color Stay in the shade 180. This is for combination oily skin, and 180 is sand beige. And for concealer, I used just this guy. This is going viral. I've literally had this for a year. I'm like, what? How did people not know? Like, pink concealer was a thing. This is the Brightener, number 160. So I'm just using that. The Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. I think it's just in the shade Light. This one right here. And then I just bronzed a little bit with my NARS Laguna 01. And so we're gonna go in now with, I think I'll go in a little bit with my Chanel Le Beige. This is the Oversized Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Powder in the shade Medium. I don't know if you can get this anymore. I'm thinking that you can't, and if not, I'm sorry, but this is what I have, so I'm just using what I have in Chanel products. So I do already have that bronzer, like I said, the NARS bronzer on, but I'm just gonna bronze a teeny bit more on the forehead. I've always really liked this one. Has more of like a goldeny tone to it than orange, and I really like it. Just go a little bit more on my forehead. I think I'm not going to do my cheeks just because I'm going to use the new palette for that, but I do go under my chin kind of, and I will blend this out, especially the forehead. But yeah, I always add a little bit more than I need because I just find things really like fade on my face fast for some reason. But yeah, so we're just gonna blend. There we go. So this was a total random, sorry if I didn't show you, it just looks like this. This is a total random purchase, and kind of like, should I have gotten it? I don't know. Do I regret it? Maybe. But this is the eyeshadow and blush palette in 957 Tendresse. It's called like Cat Rouge Zir et Joux, which is just eye and cheeks. This is what it looks like. So this looks almost like a bronzer, but I don't think I would use it as a bronzer. It's kind of more like pinky warm, and I really like this shade. This one I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to use that very much. And then this one is almost like a highlight. So I'll kind of swatch them for you. I don't know if they're going to show up great, but I know some people were having issues with this hard panning, which is not ideal. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I think even though it's hard panning, it's still working, which is the key. Yeah, these are not swatching great. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so they're not swatching good at all, but I'll put them on my face and show you. So I think maybe I'll go in with this one and this one. So first I'll go in with the kind of brownish shade. Sorry, I don't know what brushes I want to use here. So maybe I'll go in, this is just a little Wet n Wild brush. I'll go in with that brownie shade first. Gotta adjust myself here. So it does have color to it, even though it doesn't swatch well. Again, I was wearing a sleep mask, which I probably shouldn't have done because I knew I was going to make a video today, but oh well. Oh, my little nephew is in town right now. He's so cute. Been with him all weekend. And they're leaving soon. I'm so sad. Okay, so this is that kind of like brownie. Let's just kind of deepen it even more. Yeah, so I don't really have like a ton of Chanel products, but I'm like, I'll use what I have because I think some of the things I have are new or still available. But I'm sorry about the, I have the Rave de Camellia highlight that I'm probably going to use in conjunction with this one, and the bronzer, but I think that's all that's out of stock. The other 4 things are still on the site. So yeah, so that's what that one is looking like so far. Now I'm going to go in with just like a, what is this, Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm going to use that deeper shade right here. This one I find you definitely get some color out of. I wore these yesterday for the first time, and I thought they looked really nice. This one does kind of remind me of that Gucci shade that I love, that Warm Berry. And I gotta say, the size of this thing is massive. Like, look, it's like almost 2 of these would be the size of my head. So that's nice. At least you're getting a lot of product out of it. It is obviously on the more expensive side, but when you think about it, the bronzer and the Rave de Camellia highlight were like $100, and this has 4 products, so you're definitely getting more for your money out of this one. So I think this is really pretty. You know who sold me on it? Well, first of all, I watched Tanya B. Wells do a video on this. And, well, not specifically this, but she used it in her video, and I was like, God damn it. And then I saw Lauren May do a video, and she's super fair, so I love watching what these products look like on her, because then I kind of have an idea what they're going to look like on me. And I was like, oh no. I love that. But I'm definitely going on a makeup hiatus for purchasing, because now there's something wrong with my car. So, you know, never ends. Being an adult is just so fun. So I'm going to go in with that peachy kind of highlighty shade, and we'll see if it shows up. Yeah, you can see it. And then I think maybe I'm going to use a little Rave de Camellia. There's something on this brush, like a fluff or something. It keeps going on my cheeks. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, so you can see it. And then I will go in with just an extra bit of highlight. And it is right here. That's what this one looks like. So you can see that one definitely adds a little bit more. Doesn't have a lot of color to it, but adds a bit of a glow. I actually was gonna sell this. I was gonna say, if you can't find these things, always check Poshmark. I had this up on my Poshmark and then I took it back down because I'm like, maybe I do like it. I'm gonna keep it. I don't wear it super often, but I still do like it, so I am just keeping it. Going with a tiny bit more blush. I feel like that's the first thing that will fade on me. during the day is definitely my blush. So I always go in a little bit heavier than I need to. Look at it. Even though I'm going in like quite heavy-handed, it still doesn't look too much, in my opinion. Some people might think it looks aggressive, but I always just kind of blend the edges out. Now I'm going to go in with my favorite eyeshadow palettes. Currently. I mean, I kind of change my mind all the time, but this is just so beautiful. It's so plain, so you might be like, what's the big deal? But I just love these shades. So this is the Multi-Effect Quadra eyeshadow in the shade 308 Clair Obscur. And they're just such plain shades, but they're so beautiful. So usually what I'll do is I will go in with this one all over the lid because it's the lightest one. And then usually this looks more gray on camera than it does in person. But I'll go in with this one and then generally these two in the crease. So I'll just go ahead and do that. I'm probably just going to do one eye first, like I always do, and then do my other one off camera. So I am going in with that shade right up there first. And yeah, it's funny. I was saying in my last video, I'm like, when I first used this, I was like, okay, I know with Chanel, you have to be very aware that there's not going to be a super huge amount of pigment that's going to come off with the shadows, with the face products, basically with any of the Chanel products. You have to just be aware that you're not going to get, you know, Pat McGrath quality or, you know, Natasha Denona quality shades. But I feel like they're just very, you know, like light and smudgy and pretty. And so when I first used this, I think maybe I was just expecting more pigment. And that's kind of like where I went wrong. But after using it a few times, I remember I took a picture with my dog and I was like, oh my God, I love the way my eyeshadow looks in this picture. And I'm like, what am I wearing? I knew it was a cool toned eyeshadow, but I had bought a ton of them. And so I had no idea which one it was. And then I tried this. I'm like, that was the one. Okay, so I'm going to go in with another brush. It's a Morphe M514. And I'm going to go in with that darker shade right there. And just kind of go right in the crease. This would kind of look very similar to maybe the Lisa Eldridge quad in Vega. Is it a quad or a quint? I can't remember. But definitely like, you know, the grayish brown tones. So this is what it's looking like so far. So very light. Kind of doesn't take a lot to blend these, which is really nice. That's what we're looking like. I am going to go on the lid with that lightest shade. Like I said, this is what it looks like. And it pretty much looks exactly like my lid shade, but I find in different lighting, it's almost like it has a touch of like, I don't want to say pink, because if you look at it, you'll be like, what are you talking about? Like it's a taupe, but it has just like the slightest amount of pinkiness to it when I look in different lighting. So I'm going to go in with an eyeliner. I don't know which one I want to use today. Maybe the Pixie liner. I think I used this yesterday. I'm just going to sharpen it. If I can find my sharpener. I think I dropped it. Yeah. Found it. Dropped it on the floor. Just using the NARS sharpener. So this is just a Pixie eyeliner in the shade Slate Gray. I can't find this anywhere. I think they still have it on their site, but when I go in store, I found this in store at a Shoppers Drug Mart. And then I never found it at any other Shoppers again. I'm like, did I take the very last one? It's just a super nice, almost black, but not quite black eyeliner. And super into the charcoal liners. I just feel like it's just a little bit softer. Okay, so don't have to be very precise with that because we're gonna smudge it out anyways. So I'm gonna go in with those two darkest shades, this one and this one. And I'll just kind of smudge that out. Sometimes I like to use a pencil brush, but for right now, I think I'm actually gonna use an angle brush because I like kind of darkening that outer edge there and just kind of pulling it out a little further. And sorry, I had a call coming in. Yeah, so I'll just kind of like smudge that out a tiny bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, it's going to be covered pretty much anyways by my eyelashes, but if you don't do a perfect line, know that you can just take an angle brush and just fix it with the brush. I used to do liquid liner all the time, and now I'm like, this is so much easier and softer. And I feel like it just looks prettier on myself. So that's what we're looking like so far. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye and I will be right back. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far. And I'm gonna go in with some of the mascara. I just have a mini size of the mascara. I tried it yesterday and it's not my favorite, but I think I'd be more interested in something like Le Volume de Chanel. Like this one is, which one? Noir Allure. And yeah, it just didn't really like do much, but you'll see. So yeah, I am definitely interested in trying more from Chanel. It's just, God, their prices are frightening. Basically, it's like a 1 or 2 product per year from Chanel for me, but if something really intrigues me, then I will buy it. But yeah, so this is what the brush looks like. Generally not my favorite type of brush. This feels like a silicone bristle brush. The only one I really like that is a silicone bristle brush would be the Tower 28, which I probably will go in with. But like it's doing something, but it's kind of just making them longer and I'm not really seeing a lot of volume. And that's kind of what I'm into, so. I haven't tried this on my lower lashes. It probably would be good for lower lashes, but I basically only use the little, I have like a mini of the Tarte, what's it called? I think it's like a tubing mascara, and that's basically the only one I use underneath because I feel like everything else always transfers under the eye. Maybe I just need to set better with a powder, but yeah. So this is basically what I'm getting from this mascara. I just feel like the volume isn't really there. Like it's okay, but it's not great. So I'm going to finish off my lashes, and then I'll come back and do under the eye. And maybe when I come back, I'll have my brows done too, because these guys are looking really skinny and sad. So I'll maybe do those. I'll be right back. I just wanted to show you this quickly. This is with Tower 28 and the Chanel. This is just the Chanel. So you can see, like, they're very kind of like stringy, I guess. And I just prefer the look of like a more fluffy lash. So I'm going to go back in with the Tower 28 and I'll be back. Okay, so as usual, brows looking a little over the top, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I think what happens is my pen gets like, I store it upside down and it gets a little too inky, and then it just makes my brow look crazy, but whatever. Let's just ignore. So I'm going to go back in with this palette. I forgot to mention, this does sell out really quickly on the site. Like, I don't even think it's on the Chanel website right now. I'm going to go in with these 3 darker shades, just ignoring that one. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it just sells out really quickly because it's like such a neutral, it's all matte and a super neutral palette. And I think that's why it sells out so fast. But what I ended up doing was I went on Shopper's website and it was sold out there. I did sign up to let me know when they were available again online, but I didn't get a response. And same thing with the Chanel website, because I believe it was sold out on the Chanel website as well. And then I didn't get any notifications that it came back in stock, but what I did is called the Bay, because I know sometimes the Bay and Shoppers Boutique have them actually in store and they're just not listed online. So that's what it's looking like so far. And so I ended up calling and I was put on a waiting list for Shoppers Beauty Boutique, and they actually had just gotten some in. This is a little while ago now, probably like a month or 2 ago. They had just gotten some in and they called me as soon as they came in. So I was like, yeah. They do the same for new launches. That's what was about to happen with the Rave de Camellia. They actually had called me to let me know. Sorry, just going on my waterline. Just poked myself in the eye. But yeah, they called me to let me know that it came back in stock. The Rave de Camellia I ended up getting online, but yeah, they called me to let me know that it was there, and I was like, I don't need it, I got it already, but thank you. So yeah, it's kind of nice that they do that. So like I said, I'm using the Tarte, I think this is the Tartelette tubing mascara, just on the bottom. It's pretty dry, so I'm definitely thinking I'm gonna need another one pretty soon. Really trying not to open my mouth, but I can't help it. And I also don't have a lip liner, so I'm just gonna go finish the other eye. I'll stay and chat. Yeah, so I've been having some car issues. Might have to get a new car, which I really don't want to do because I can't really afford that right now, but might be my only option. What would you guys recommend for a cheap, reliable car? I have no idea. I've had my car for like 13 years. And usually every spring is when something happens where I have to go get something done to it. But yeah, this year is like not good. I'm like, why do I smell gas all of a sudden? And apparently the whole bottom is like rusted, which is not good. So we'll see. So that's all I'm doing for the eyeshadow. Sometimes I prefer to go in with the Victoria Beckham. I'm actually going to do that instead in the waterline just because it's a little bit deeper. This is the shade Ash. And I feel like it lasts a little bit longer in the waterline. Like you can see, to me that looks darker than that one. But I have to be careful with this one. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. When you sharpen them, it's a wood pencil. Like, I mean, so is this one from Pixie. But you have to be careful when sharpening it because I find there's like little jagged pieces that stick out from the Victoria Beckham one. And I'm like, why does this happen? It doesn't happen with any of my other ones. But I was having an eye issue. Like, it felt like something was poking me in the eye. I'm like, either something is stuck in it or it's dry. But it was weird. All of a sudden, I'd be just looking at something and I would have to close my eye really fast because it felt like something was just like flew into it or like poking it. I don't know what that is all about, but I almost think a piece of pencil was in there. It's feeling better now, but yeah. I use a lot of eye drops. Did I hear? These ones have been really good. Sustain Ultra if you have dry eyes. So yeah, I'm kind of sad, but I do think I need to just tone it down on the makeup purchases because definitely need to concentrate on getting a new car, but also taking care of my pup because I do have to bring her in for more tests for her liver. Just gotta test her enzymes and stuff, and we gotta do another ultrasound, which is another $600. It's like, where's this gonna come from? But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go in with the Give lip liner. I don't have a Chanel lip liner. I can't believe I don't have one. But this is, I think they have new ones. I was looking at the new ones and they look really nice. The other ones she has are like just a pencil liner. This one is called Do Whatever, and these are the automatic kind of twist up. They are a little like stiffer to blend because it does feel like a drier formula. But I really like the shade of this one. Anyways, yeah, I've been having so much fun with my nephew. I'm so sad that we're going home tomorrow already. I'm gonna miss him so much. He's so cute. The last time I saw him, he was just 4 weeks old. Now he's 7 months already. And if this is messy, I'm sorry. I'm kind of far away from my mirror. But yeah, I definitely want to try out some of the Chanel lip liners. Okay, this is not Chanel. This is Gucci. And I'm just going in with this one first because the Chanel lipstick that I have is a little bit too like peachy orange. So I like to go in with something that's pretty cool and then go in with that one on top because it has a little bit of like a glossier texture. So this is just the Carol Beige, the matte one. You know, for somebody who had first returned this lipstick, I sure wear it a heck of a lot. So that's what we're looking like. So this is definitely like a cooler toned look. I would say that this is kind of like my signature look. If I'm not doing a warm eye like I did with the Makeup by Mario palette and the super bright kind of pink cheek, then I'll do a super cool look with like a more berry or reddish kind of cheek and a nude lip. So this is the shade. This was a newer one that came out last year, 206 Illusion. But yeah, this one's definitely more like shiny. I'll show you what it looks like on my hand just so you're not like, okay, what? This is what it looks like on my hand, and I'll just go over it a little bit more. So yeah, that's what we are looking like. I think I'm all done. So again, with the eyeshadow, I meant to say it's super similar. If you have the Naked 2 eyeshadow palette by Urban Decay, the Naked Basics, just this tiny one, super similar shades. So I wouldn't say like go run out and get it. You have to have it. You don't have to have it, but I mean, if you like it and you wear these shades all the time, then definitely. But you can definitely see some similarities here. And yeah, I don't know. I've always loved this palette. I haven't used it in a really long time just because I have so many, but I think I need to replace this one. It's really, really old, but it still looks really good. But yeah, if you can't find that one, I would say definitely try this one and you'll for sure get the same results. But yeah, I just love how like soft it is. Soft but still smoky. And yeah, I just love how it turns out every time I wear it. So would I recommend this cheek palette? If you don't have anything similar, like I have the Hourglass palettes, and for some reason I just don't really use the Hourglass palettes, maybe because they're too big. I think I will use this more for sure because I do love these 3 shades. This one I haven't tried yet, so I can't say if I like it or not, but oh, I got a little mascara on my finger. But that's what it looks like. If you don't have any similar shades, I say yes, it is worth it just because you get 4 shades basically for the price of what one Chanel shade would generally be. And this is, just so you know, for reference, 12 grams, so 4 grams each. I mean, that's pretty good. Considering, let's see what the Rave de Camellia is. 10 grams. Oh, okay, actually that's quite a bit more than I expected. But anyway, I would say yes, it is worth it if you don't have anything similar. If you have the Gucci Warm Berry and you already have a bronzer and you don't really want to use, you know, I wouldn't really say this is a bronzer. If you're super fair, then I think you can use it as a bronzer, but for me, I don't think so. I like a little bit more color because I am so pale, but I do think it's beautiful. I am definitely going to get use out of it. I'm not upset that I bought it, but I don't think it's a need. So yeah, the mascara, meh, nah, wouldn't recommend. And like I said, if you are looking for the bronzer and the Rave de Camellia highlight, definitely check Poshmark, or I know in the States, I think you can go on Mercari. I know people are always posting stuff there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Bye.